Yo, what's going on, guys? Hey, Timothy, how's it going? We're having some technical difficulties, so hopefully everything's okay. I don't know how the sound is. Everything went bad at once, so we'll see what happens here. Timothy, the XS60, I haven't tried it out yet. We're going to tear it apart and take a look at it, though. How's the audio? Audio's okay? Good. Good. We will be tearing it apart. Welcome, everybody. We'll let everybody get in here first. And yo, what's up, JP? Happy New Year to you too, brother. So hopefully we can have a successful go with this. So, hey, what's going on, Jason? I'll tell you what, I'm going to share this real fast as well. So give me just a second. That way maybe we can get some more people in. You like the 60, Nick? Awesome. I forgot you had one. So let me get this shared a little bit. We've got a second camera going. I don't know how well it's going to work out. I didn't think about the lighting as well as I should have, apparently. So my mistake on that. And for some reason, the other camera was acting up. I don't know what all we got going on, guys. So let me share this. Maybe we can get some more people in here. And then we'll get right to it. It should be interesting. Like I said, I've never taken apart the Chaos 60. It was brand new, sitting in the box still. So we've got it out here beside us. And we'll see what happens. Oops. All right. There we go. Post that on my Facebook page real quick. And post it on my other page as well. And we'll be right with you guys. Like I said, we had so many things happen that running just a couple minutes behind. Really are. You know what they say, when it happens all happens all at once. And we're getting close. Bear with me. Bear with me here, guys. Hope everybody had a good New Year. Share it to a couple more. See what happens. See if we can't share it to a couple catfishing places. And there we go. There we go, guys. Since we got 21 watching, let me go through here. Yo, what's up, Michael Murillo? Jason, Michael, Raymond. Oh, yeah, awesome, Raymond. We'll be tearing it apart. Jareth, how's it going, brother? Brian, how's it going? Nick? Yeah, for sure, man. Hopefully you catch a big one tomorrow. Yo, what's up, Palmetto? Just telling them that we had a lot of technical difficulties. So hopefully we can get this stream off without a hitch. Hopefully the camera quality will be okay on the other one. I didn't really think it through too good. I thought I had it set up good, and then come down here and turn everything on, and we had a bunch of difficulties. So, yo, what's going on, Zach? Zach, I've got the itch to go fishing every day. So, Paul Nation, how's it going, brother? Raymond, how's it going? We'll jump to it. Let me see what the quality looks like on the other camera here. Is that okay for you guys? That's going to be the real camera where we take them apart and all that good stuff. So I got a light sitting on a bucket and everything else. So how's the quality with this one? Is it pretty decent? Wife's giving us a thumbs up. Raymond says thumbs up. Jason says looks good. Hey, you know what, guys? Let me share this in the Piscifun group on Facebook because they might be interested in that as well. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, you may want to take a look at it. They got a nice little group. Piscifun makes a lot of reels for pretty much everything. And the moment I find a bad one, guys, I'm going to let you know about it. I'm not paid or anything like that. So, but I will say the few things I've used, I've been really impressed with. Especially these round reels. I mean, for the price, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. We'll tear them down just in a second here. So I'm trying to share this on theirs. We'll have to come up with some better lighting next time we tear something down. And we'll do like mount the camera from the ceiling, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Kind of spur of the moment, you know what I mean? Oh no, brother, no! Share that bad boy. I think you're a mod, so share away. I can take it off. Yeah, we'll see, Raymond. I haven't taken the handle off, but we can certainly check it out. It looks pretty simple to do. So yeah. We got 24 people watching. Do you guys want me to let a few more join in, or do you think we should jump right into it? Yo, what's up, Jimmy? But now for sure, Paul Meadow, share a link to whatever coupon code you have. I have one somewhere, but I'm not sure where it's at. And yeah, no problem, Brandon. I'll have to figure out what size nut that is. I don't have one. And there you go, 18% off, guys. Sound okay, babe? Quality okay? Good deal. I've been using my GoPro for the webcam, guys, and for some reason it was all blurry, wasn't it, bad? She's over there drinking a twisted tea. Watch out. She got a twisted tea. And you guys seen what that does on the internet. That's awesome. I got to figure out how to sit down over there where I can take it apart. I've got a tripod in the way. But yeah, I haven't had any issues yet either. So that's a good thing, man. And Nick, he sent me, I don't have them down here where I'm at, but he sent me some CUDA snips too. I'm going to try those out and we'll make a video on it. I'm thinking the title is going to be CUDA snips better than sliced bread, question mark. I don't know. I haven't tried them yet. So, but oh, there they are. I know Nick likes them a lot, so he sent me a pair. We're going to try these bad boys out here in a few days. Try to get a video on them. We got some bait videos coming soon. We got all kinds of good stuff. Zach, the 50 for sure. The 60 is more like the Abu Garcia because it's got the clutch on top. See how this has got the clutch? I don't have a 50 over here I'd show you, but the 50 has a thumb bar. And it's like one of those things that some people love the thumb bar and some don't. So some good snips? Yes, you do, Brian. Yes, you do. Everybody does. I know Nick said that Palmetto, I think he sent you some of them as well. So, but thanks, Nick. Thank you. You like the clutch on top? Is that what you're saying, Zach? That's my thing because I started with the Abus and the clutch is up there. But after using the Chaos 50, I don't mind the clutch on the thumb like that. And the reason being is you can cast it one-handed if you wanted to, you know. So Palmetto, they good for braid? I think that's that Nick said they were. So Brian, I don't know. Are you fishing tomorrow? I'm not sure on that one. Palmetto, he's used the Piscifuns. He did a review, like a live review on them the other day. So he's got some experience with them as well. Brian, if you go, message me. I may come up and hang out. We're going to be doing some T-shirts. We got some T-shirts and stuff. So we're going to make some up and see if we can't get some to some of the subscribers. We may do a T-shirt giveaway. Palmetto, who makes your shirts? Do you do them yourself, or I've seen you wearing a lot of different ones. I didn't know if you made them or if you had somebody else do it. There you go, Zach. I did see that the lakes were thawed out around here today. I drove by a few of them. So I imagine Newcastle up there at the park, you could probably catch that carp. Gary, my favorite 7'6" rod, Whisker Seeker. It's a beast. If you're looking for something on the cheap, Fire Stick. I think they're like $20 some a piece, or at least they were. I bought some last year, and I meant to do a video on them, but never did. But yeah, they seem like pretty good reels for around $20 some a piece. But I'll tell you what, we got 23 watching. So if you guys want, just comment like a 1 or something in the chat and let me know if you guys are ready to get started here. Gary, the Bass Pro, I mean, it just depends on what kind of fishing you're doing. If you're not casting far, I mean, the Bass Pro rods, they're okay. If you need some distance and you want a Bass Pro rod, I would go with the musky rod. It can handle quite a bit as far as lead. That's the thing. You want a rod that can throw at least a decent amount of weight. A lot of people probably don't realize what a ball of pack bait weighs. I think, that'd be a good video too, because if it's made with corn, like cream style corn or water or syrup, they weigh different amounts. And I weighed some, and some of them were 1.5 ounces, some of them were 2 ounces for the size ball that I use. So, all right, guys, we'll switch over to that camera and we'll get that going on. Hopefully the sound will still be okay. I'll probably have to set like on the ground to take it apart. So let me hopefully the camera angle will still be all right, but we'll get started on it. First thing, hopefully, let me see if I can get it where you guys can see it. It's probably not going to show up real good because of the lighting, but but you got 3 screws right here, all right? Hopefully you guys can see it. If not, I might be able to take the phone and bring it down here with the light where you guys can see it. But anyway, it has 3 screws, all right? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get my wife to come down and help real fast. Give me 1 second. We might be able to get some more light on there for you. Babe, are you able to come down and help for a minute? Yeah, I didn't think you could. I'd say if you just hold this hat, kind of. Yeah. Where's my headlamp at? That'd be perfect. I would hold it in your hand, man. I don't know if we can see it or not. Can you guys see the 3 screws on there? Anyway, so you got 3 screws right here. All right, super easy. Flathead screwdriver. And take them apart. Maybe, let me get it closer. I'm sitting on the floor here, guys. So anyway, we'll use this one. You got 3 screws. Like I said, next time we'll have some good lighting. And we'll do it with the camera from the ceiling. That way it's easy for everybody to see. But once I get it taken apart, I'll get some lighting on the actual pieces of the reel. So, and then we'll kind of compare. We'll make sure it looks good when we do that. But for tear down, I mean, it's pretty basic. You just got 3 screws on this side. You got 3 screws on the other side. And keep in mind, I have not taken this reel apart. So this reel is brand new to me. And a lot of you guys might be scared to take your reels apart. There's really nothing to them, guys. I'd consider myself somebody that has a PhD in stupidity. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. So this piece, originally I thought you had to remove that screw, but you don't. It just pulls off. Well, at least on the other model, it just pulls off. So these little bushings here, they're nothing. They slide off too. But so you pull your spool out. You got your spool shaft. Oh, guys, this is totally different. We may have to get a Chaos 50 over here to show you. This has a 2-pin brake. This does not have the 6-pin brake like the Chaos 50. I'm surprised now, guys. I'm a little bit surprised on this, okay? So now you're going to take the 3 screws right here apart, 3 crown screws. We'll need this to break them loose. But that's something here, guys. We're going to have to check their website and see if their website shows that. Once you loosen your crown screws, you can remove them by hand real easy. I never get them too tight where I can't remove them by hand. That way, if something happens and you're on the lake, you can take it apart, you know. So this is already completely different. Well, the Abu Garcias come with a 2-pin as well. So, like if you buy the Gunner rockets, they have a 2-pin braking system as well. So, but that's definitely different. We'll take out the line pawl here. Just one little nut. That's what she said. And see what else is holding on. Looks like it's got a little clip right there. So we got to be careful when you take these clips off, guys. You do not want that to fly across the room. So take your finger behind it. And then when you pull it back, it doesn't pop off and go a country mile. Because you do not want to lose that. And it's got a washer behind it. So that's going to slide out. And then I'm assuming this it's got a clip on it as well. So like I said, we do not want to lose these clips. at all. So take that clip off, and then that's just going to slide off. So what we'll do is I want to get you guys some good lighting. Let's slide these buckets. Let me get rid of this. I'm not using it anyway. This can get turned off and removed. So give me just a second, guys. Because I want you guys to get a good look at it. We'll slide the bucket forward and the light forward here. And that should help, I would imagine. So that should help. Let me go through here. You think, okay, so Piscifun might advertise it. Zach, what didn't you like the looks of it? I'm just curious. I mean, we'll take and switch the focus on it. The shit, it looks like it's in focus to me.
I wonder when I put the spotlight, I took it out.
It should be in focus, guys. The 2-pin shouldn't really be a problem. Like I said, Abu Garcia used that only for a long time. Okay, awesome, Michael. So anyway, I'll show you the parts. Like I said, these are the 3 little bushings. Hopefully you guys can see them, but you slide that on after you get this piece on. But there's a bearing, so we can take this apart as well. I'm assuming. You know what, guys? This is a completely different reel than the Chaos XS50. It's 100% different, guys. This does not have a floating spool. This has no bearings. You see this? Your spool shaft? It has no bearings. No bearings in this. So the bearing came out of over here by your gear, by your cogwheel. I've never seen that before. Never. So that's different, but to move your cogwheel, you just take that clip off. That cogwheel spins nice though. So we'll see how many bearings we got on the worm gear. So as far as the worm gear goes, it's going to be just like a rocket, it looks like. It has 1 bearing right here. I don't know what kind of grease they use. It's different than anybody else. It's white. It's got a bushing like the rocket does right there. So see if we can get it to slide back in, guys. The tight fit.
That's what she said.
Tight fit, that's what she said. Maybe we got a paper plate I can put these parts on.
Yeah.
We'll get a paper plate and put them on that. I'll tell you, Mexican, this reel is totally different than the 50. Totally different. Well, Zach, I would say it looks like a Cast King, but it doesn't. A Cast King does not have any of this stuff. So that's definitely different than a casting. This is exactly what comes on the 50. But it doesn't have a bearing inside there. You got your clicker. So it's definitely different. We got our clicker. And all this stuff, we'll slide that over. We'll put the important parts so we don't lose them on this plate. So, I'm thinking about tearing apart a 50 instead of the Abu Garcia now to show you guys the difference in those two reels. I know somebody wanted to see about the handle. I can, if you want me to take the handle off, I can. I just need to go get a wrench for it. What would you guys like to see? You want to see the handle come off of it real fast, or do you want to see the comparison versus the 50 on the Chaos instead of the Abu Garcia? Okay, Raymond, let me go grab a wrench. I'll take that out there with me so I can find the right one pretty quick. I can't remember what size they are. What's that guy over here? Babe, you want to talk to him? I got the webcam on. I can't see him. You can talk to him if you want.
I know nothing. I'll take it to fishing around the park. It says it comes with a wrench in the box for it.
Yeah, that wrench is a pain in the butt. I got a thing of wrenches somewhere. This comes with a little tiny wrench. There should be a little bag of them somewhere. I can't find my wrenches, guys, so we'll try the one in the box, but these things are a pain in the butt, if you ask me. First thing you want to do is remove the screw. So you got those two pieces will come off. I hope it's not on there real tight. It wasn't. So that comes off, and then it probably has a clip on it. So see if we can shine some light on this for them, babe. Well, this has a little C clip right here. And once you remove that, once you remove this C clip, it should come right off. Again, keep your finger behind it, because if you don't, this thing will shoot off and you'll never find it. So This is a very weird setup for this even. What the heck? Almost looks like there's two of them on there. There's not. That's weird. Should just wiggle right off now. There was another washer. I've never seen another one that had a washer on it like this. And this is a washer too. And you want to make sure that you have it. It's kind of like a spring washer. I don't know what it's technically called, but so yeah, that's it for taking it apart. Yeah, this goes on there. So we'll set that over here too. This is weird, guys. No lie. It's a little bit different. So, and then if you wanted to take the rest of it apart, you could just unscrew that. And it's got two screws right there. And take it apart. But we're not going to get that in depth, guys. Yeah, they're definitely made by the devil, Zach. I couldn't tell you how many I've lost. That's for sure. Put you guys on me for a minute here. Yeah, that's I'm gonna tell you guys that's way different than the 50. Way different. Yeah, E-clips aren't too bad, Michael, as long as you kind of keep your thumb behind it so they don't fly. If you don't, I've seen them go crazy.
Never to be found again.
I'm going to go to their website. I want to take a look at it real fast. I thought it was identical to the 50, just bigger. So I'm going to take a look real fast. That's a new one to me. It really is. Any of you guys know that it was totally different than the other ones? Let me click on it here and we'll read on it. I mean, you can be. Nick, I'll tell you what I'm going to do so it's higher quality. When you're streaming like this with this kind of setup, it's not that high quality. But I'm going to go back and do an actual 4K quality video on tearing it down so people can see it as well. But yeah, let me read on their website real fast. If you guys, I mean, heck, we can read it together if you guys want. So let me switch us over to that. And we can read on that bad boy together. Let's take a gander at it because I'm highly confused. I don't see anywhere unless it's under product specs. I don't see anywhere where it talks about that. Because right here it still says 6-pin. And I've got it on the 6000 model. So let's look at product specs. They don't even have it listed for the 6000. So I'm confused on that already as well. I'll tell you what. Let's go to Amazon. Give me a second. Let's see if we can pull it up on Amazon and see what it says. So give me a second here. I'm on Amazon. Let me. Well, I'll tell you what. There's nothing on Amazon either, guys. So that's something new here. Okay. I didn't expect to find that. So let's see here. Stop that. I don't know if there's anything else I should show you guys about that reel. I mean, we pretty much have it fully disassembled other than the right-hand side. And I don't really want to take it apart. It's probably got springs in it. So, but yeah, that's I'm telling you, that's different. That is definitely different. So we got it tore apart here. You can see the parts. So I'll put it back together at a later date. That way you guys aren't sitting here through that. I had to sit down on the ground when I was doing it, so it made it rough. And I know you guys can't see it very good. But yeah, like I said, the it's got a 2-pin on it, which is blew my mind. It's a fixed spool, which means your bearings set inside your side plates. As you can tell, it's got one in there, and then it's got one right here. So yeah. So that's it says it has 22 pounds. Jason, if you want to see the rocket, I'll definitely take it apart, brother. We can do that for sure. I'll put them back together off stream. Like I said, that way I'm not concentrated on that instead of talking to you guys. But taking it apart, yeah, that's no thing but a chicken wing, man. I've had them rockets apart. And that's a new one, but I've had so many 6500s apart. It's like second nature, you know. But as far as the components, I mean, they look pretty good. The clicker is definitely like more like a C3 or C4 clicker on the Chaos. It's basically like the one from the Chaos 50. The Chaos, as far as physical looks on the outside, it has the same kind of structural design. You know, I know that this is upgraded. It's got like 4 rivets on it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it has 4 rivets instead of 2 like the Chaos 50. But I mean, I'm excited to go out here and cast the 60 and see what it does. I have the original Chaos 50, and it's kind of similar to this one. It's a little bit different. It doesn't have that triangle thing on it and stuff, and it's a very smooth reel. Let me grab that real fast, and I'll show it to you. I won't take it apart, but the insides are very similar as far as the fixed spool and that stuff. The only thing that's different is it doesn't have that triangle piece. I have never seen one other than this one that has the triangle piece. I think the Lose Speedcast or whatever, that Laser XL, the black one, I believe it has the same components. I believe this is almost identical. The Chaos 50, I believe it's almost identical to the Lose. But let's do this. I'm going to take and do a solo layout. Let me grab that one real fast, just to show you guys I do have one. So this is the original right here. This is the original Chaos 50. I hope you guys can read that. So yeah, this is the original. Looks like I got some goop on there. I haven't used it in a long time. I used it a little bit last year, but I had no issues with this reel. It has 2 rivets on the bottom as well. So, but that's a great reel, and the insides to me look very similar on the new 60 to the Piscifun Chaos XS 50 of the old. So, I think it had the same amount of bearings. This isn't the box for the original Chaos. I had just put it in there, but I think that it has the same amount of bearings. The XS50, I'll tell you, the XS50, I think it's got 6+1. This is the XS50 box. So, same thing, like I said, I mean, you know, don't give up on it yet. We'll do a review video on it. We'll put some line on it. I bet you that thing's an animal. I mean, I've had the Cast Kings. I mean, I'll show you right now, you know. I have a Cast King sitting over it, so I mean, got one right here, guys. Not a fan of it at all. It's a very sloppy reel, in my opinion. Very sloppy. That one, when it was put together, it was nice and smooth. It had no handle play. It was quiet. With the Cast King, you can really hear it's just got kind of it's not a grind. It's just got a little bit of a gritty sound. So, but let me move this one out of the way, and then we'll tear down the rocket. All right. And I'll tell you, I'm thinking about doing some videos, showing people how they can get more out of their rocket as far as casting distance, you know, how to remove the cog wheel and replace it with a bearing cog wheel, or just how to remove it, clean behind it, and make it cast farther, how to clean the bearings, stuff like that, you know. You know what? I've got the box too, Nick, for the 60. So let's do that. Let's read on the box and see what it says for the braking. It says it's a 24.8-inch return. Max drag is 22 pounds. It does not say the brakes on the box. Let's see if it says it on the let's see if it says it on the actual diagram over here. Because I'm confused. I really am. So it looks like you can probably get parts for it because, I mean, it does have a part number for everything. For some reason, I'm not seeing the brakes listed on here, unless I'm missing it. I mean, I could just be missing it, guys. Hmm. 301 and 302. That doesn't make any sense. They've got it called a drag bushing and a brake bushing, so that's different. So it looks like 302 is a brake bushing. It does show it's a 2-pin on the instruction manual here. JP, I'll tell you right now, man. If you just put bearings in your reel, it's not going to make it cast farther. What it does do is if you want to just take your thumb or whatever and spin your spool, it'll make it spin forever as long as your brakes are turned off on it. And I'm talking about like your actual plastic brakes. It'll spin a lot longer. But if you take the stock bearings even and put them in some lighter fluid and clean them real good, they spin pretty good. And I mean, unless you can cast with no brakes on your reel whatsoever and cast good, then you're not going to cast any farther. I've done the test. If you have any brakes on inside the reel, then you're going to be limited to the friction of the brakes that are touching the drum. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you have a brake drum right here, and your plastic brakes right along the edge the moment you cast. And that friction is what keeps your actual spool from overspooling. So if you turn all your brakes off and you let one rip halfway through the cast, or maybe even sooner, your spool will actually start to go faster than the amount of line that's coming off of your reel, because at some point your line's going to be slowing down, coming, due to whatever, gravity or whatever. So if you turn all your brakes off and cast, then you could throw farther. But I don't know anybody that can. I've seen a lot of people that use no brakes at all. They always tell me like, "Oh, I don't use any brakes," and I've never seen one throw one very far at all. It's like a thing that they talk about how they don't use the brakes, but there's a reason they're there. Just like the guys that do distance casting with the big surf rods and stuff, they have a magnet on them. And if you ever watch them, like look on YouTube and check it out. When they let it rip, all right, then they have the magnet on there and they start turning it, okay? So that way it keeps it from overspooling. Jake, are you talking about like the spinning reels, or what kind of reels are you talking about? I'm going to set this. I'm going to set it over here. I can't afford the like the Shimano bait runners. I can't afford that. Yeah, Jason, and like I don't backlash hardly ever. I mean, I might backlash once or twice in a year, maybe. But like I said, I use the brakes from usually I have 2 brakes on, like on a rocket. Sometimes I'll have 3 on, and I don't backlash at all. I can let one rip as hard as I want. Now I'm limited to a little over 100 yards for maximum distance. That seems to be as far as I can get it. But I mean, that's plenty far enough for me. If you guys want, we'll switch over here and I'll take this one apart for you, okay? Keep in mind, I won't be able to see the comments, but we'll switch it over and see if we can't take it apart, all right? The rocket, as you can tell already, it has 2 tension knobs. And a lot of people think that you tighten one or the other. And actually what this does is you use both of them together. You want to make sure your spool is centered, okay? That way your line lays level. And then you adjust them, make micro adjustments to each one until you get your tension where you want it. I always keep mine wide open anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. But the one thing I don't like about the black rockets is they don't have crown screws. The C4s didn't have crown screws either, and I don't like that myself. The regular rocket does, but you got the 3 screws over here. But that makes it where you can't really take it apart by hand at the lake if you need to, so you got to carry a screwdriver. But this reel here, it's brand new as well. But JP, what, if you use a caster, you get the hang of it quick. I never could cast the spinners very far. So if you guys are just joining in, if you guys could hit that like button, I really would appreciate it. And the Piscifun Chaos XS 60 already. And I'll tell you, we were really surprised at it. That just goes to show you, I had no clue. It wasn't planned. I'd never taken it apart. I had no clue that that's what the internals look like. Yeah, James, they don't have crown screws on the black editions for some reason. I have no idea why. So, and for people that want to know, that your spool shaft on like a rocket, it just pops out. Your spool is a floating spool. It has a bearing in it here, which is easy to take out. You just remove this and it comes out. And it has a bearing in behind the gear too. You pop that off and it just comes right out. So there's your spool. And we'll show you, like on these, there is no bearing inside of here. Whereas on the other one, there is. And again, we got 3 screws. You got 1, 2, 3. Simple to remove. But yeah, I'm still blown away at the chaos there. I thought for sure it was going to be identical to the other one. Really did. Now, like on the Cast King, it has a copper, or not copper, I mean a brass cogwheel, where the Rockets, they don't have a brass cogwheel. They're plastic, just like your Chaos. They're plastic. They don't have an E-clip or C-clip or whatever you want to call it. That's why I thought about doing a video to show people how to remove it. Like this is actually a bearing cogwheel, and you can see it hardly spins. You can use lighter fluid and get it to spin better, or you can take a razor blade and cut this little plastic edge off, and it'll slide right off. And then you can put an E-clip on it to hold it in place, and you can clean behind it and make it really spin. But you guys can tell the clicker is way different. This one is actually held into place with E-clips, where the other one's like a C3, C4 style, where it just slides on. Your paw, we'll show you what that looks like. Definitely like this design better for the line guide. So, but again, we're talking about this reel is about 4 times the money. So this clip right here just slides like this. I probably should have showed you guys that, but it literally just slides off like that, and then that whole thing will come out. But these are very similar. The only difference is on this particular reel, the bearing, like on the Chaos, the bearing was up here, where on the Rocket, the bearing is actually over here. Okay, so it has a plastic bushing on this side that spins. And the bearing stays, it's in there. It's actually inside the little tube. But yeah, got a bunch of grease on me now, guys. Alan, yeah, they appear to be the same reel, brother. They sure do. I may get one and take it apart, and we'll find out. It appears to be the XS50 though. Oh yeah, James. I mean, you don't need a metal cogwheel anyway. Alan, yes, to cast your C4 farther, what I would do personally is I would put a bearing cogwheel on it. They're like, I don't know, $12 on eBay. If you want one, I can pull a link up and post it for you. But put a bearing cogwheel. For me, that's been the most noticeable difference. It has less drag that way, and it makes your reel a lot smoother as well. Well, I mean, as far as that goes for holding it on, I don't think that that makes any difference really. In reality, the clip would probably hold it on better than the little um, slide over thing that Abu has. But for ease of removal, I love the Abu Garcia one on that. But yeah, Alan, for sure, I would take and soak your bearings in lighter fluid for a minute. Then you can just simply take and put them on the spool shaft, spin them a little bit, and you'll notice they'll start freeing up really good. And put your bearing cogwheel on there, and you'll be flying, man. Be smooth too. Yeah, Zach, you can buy crown screws. They're like $20 though, if you want crown screws on them, and I believe they're like uh, the way they're on there, they're actually like crimped into place. I'll show you what I mean by that. So you guys can see this, I hope, but the screw on the side there, you can't just pull it out. All right. So when you're actually able to put one in, I believe it has to be crimped or something. I'm not sure. I've never put them in, but I know there's like a thing you have to do. See what kind of comments I missed, guys. Didn't miss too much, so we should be good to go on that. But yeah, guys, like I said, I mean, Abu Garcia is it's classic, really. See how many brakes it's got from the factory that are turned on. Usually they got four, and this one does. It has four, and what that means is, um, if you push it in to where it clicks, then the brake is turned off. So if it's actually where you can slide it back and forth, that means it's on. So they come with four of them on from the factory. I usually turn two off and run two. Sometimes I'll run three. Um, if anybody wants a brand new rocket, let me know. I still have like five of them, I think. I'd love to sell at least two of them. Yes, Zach, I've seen some of his reel videos. He turns a lot of them into distance reels, where they have the magnet and stuff. Um, so, but yeah, like I said, he does some really cool stuff. I bet you just to upgrade your reel through him is probably crazy high. Mark, if you just bought them and they're brand new, I mean, I just put line on them and go. You should be good to go. Like I said, from the factory, they have four brakes turned on, so I mean, you shouldn't backlash it as long as you take. The key is when you're using a caster, use your thumb when it's about to hit the water. And you'll be like, oh, well, what about nighttime? Well, you'll know at night. Once you've done it for a long time, you have the sense. You know when it's about to hit. You can just tell. But yeah, Mark, that's the key. You got to put that thumb on the spool right before the bait hits the water. If you don't, it's just going to keep on throwing line on. Yeah, Zach, he is. He sure is. And you know what? Be interesting to see him do a chaos, don't you think? That would be very interesting. At least I think so, anyway. Hey, what's up, John? I think next time we do something like this, we might do it with using like Streamlabs or something. And yeah, I think we can do a little bit better quality on the video like that. Yeah, James, on the C3, same thing. I turned two off. The Chaos, I'll leave them all on, man. That thing casts just as far as like my rocket with all the brakes on. So, Zach, yeah, like I said, I would take and I would probably get the 50 myself. That's what I would go with. Killer Turtle, where I order the stuff to make my flavors. I have everything ordered, and they have an ETA of it shipping out on the 11th, and it usually takes 1 to 2 days to get to me. So I will be restocked either the 12th or 13th. So if there's something you want, let me know. Hit me up on Facebook, and we can get you hooked up. John says, are the rockets any different than the other reels? If so, what's the difference? They are the only reel that is built the way they're built, in my opinion, as far as they have the floating spool. Um, their clicker is different than the other reels. Um, trying to think what else. Like, what kind of reel did you want me to compare it to? And I can tell you the differences. Like, compared to a Cast King or compared to a different Abu Garcia reel. The C3, they have a clicker that is like the Chaos 60 that we tore down. Um, I'm not a fan of that clicker. It's not a big deal to put it back together with that clicker, but um, sometimes you got to wiggle a little bit versus where the rocket, you know, it's got clips holding it on, and it's not in your way. It's a lot easier or a lot quicker anyway. So, Jason, I can't really answer that question. Um, for me, like I said, I have the original. I showed it to you in case you were gone. I can't remember how long that reel's been out. I think I've had it for 2, maybe 3 years now, and I used it for 2, and I've had zero issues. Um, the new Chaoses I have, if you guys watch all my fishing videos, pretty much all of them this year, I had the Chaoses with my rockets. 3 Chaoses for my son and 3 rockets for me. And I'll tell you what, I've abused them. They're scratched up, they're dinged up. I mean, they've been beat up. And again, no issues. I haven't even cleaned them, and they still cast pretty good. John, I wish I could answer that for you. I have never used a pin reel. John, the rockets are more expensive than the C3. This is just my personal opinion. I've owned both. Like a Carp Master is basically the same thing as a C3. Um, they changed the gear ratio in them, and that's pretty much it. The C3 casts just as far. The only thing a C3 doesn't have that a rocket has is a C3 doesn't have the other tension knob that helps you center it up. It's got a side plate without the knob, but it has like a brass bushing inside of it, so you don't really need it. Um, and the C3, trying to think here, it's got the clicker that's like the Chaos XS60, where it just sets on the little post. So it's got 4 little, like, let me show you here. So, like, this is a rocket. So your side plate, I'm confused because of the way I'm setting, but your side plate just sits right on there. There's no bushings or anything. Well, with your C3, it has little bushings. Let me show you what they look like. Your C3 would have a bushing that sets over the post, right? you would put your clicker on, it would slide. Hey, you guys want to see if the clicker from the XS60 slides onto this? I mean, we ain't got nothing to do, right? Let's check it out. Alan, to me, like I said, the factory bearings work just fine if you clean them with lighter fluid. So when you go from that, I buy their ABEX 7 ceramic bearings. You can get them on eBay sometimes. You can get like enough to do 10 reels for like, I don't know, 40 or 50 bucks. But let's find out. The price point on the Chaos is crazy. I got you, Jason. You're right. Michael, what were you asking, brother? I see you said something that said JW, like just wondering. But let me get get it. We'll see if it does slide over. We'll find out together, guys. All right. So this is the rocket. Get you like a little plastic bottle cap or anything like that, and squirt you a little bit of lighter fluid in it, and then just drop the bearing in it, and then take the spool shaft and kind of dig out your bearing, put it on there, and roll it a little bit, and it'll free way up. But anyway, let's find out if this clicker actually slides right on, guys. So this is the difference in the C3 clicker and the rocket clicker, John. So now you can actually see. So if this was a C3, you would slide it on over the post, and then you would put your little little rubber, I guess I'm going to call them a bushing or whatever, but the little rubber sleeves. That way when you bolt it on, the clicker can't move around. John, do you mess with bait casters? If you do, I mean, that's like, that's a big thing. I've seen another video on it. I might do one just for, fun. But I've seen other videos on it too. But yeah, JP, so the clicker slides over the Abu Garcia. I'm not surprised. I figure the diameter of most of that stuff is copied from one reel to another on all brands, probably. So if you guys are just joining us, hit that like button. We greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. We're trying to grow this bad boy. We do giveaways as we can. So appreciate each and every one of you. Anybody got any questions or anything they'd like to take a look at? As far as taking the handle off, it is identical to taking the handle off of the Chaos, so I don't really need to show that. But I may buy some handles and actually do like a video showing how to change out the handles on like a rocket or something. The one thing about the rocket is it has a bent drag star, so they're actually bent down a little bit, which allows you to use some different handles that have a bend on them. Nick, I sure can, brother. I sure can. Okay, John, gotcha. I don't know how the bearings are in those. Are they inside the spool or are they inside the side plates or what do they have? And Nick, I will be doing a video. I think I'll do a video on the Chaos XS50 versus the XS60. I think that'd be a good one. Might get some views on it, man. I did a video of my favorite fish of 2020 and nobody watched the thing. And that was like my favorite fish, man. I was hoping everybody would get involved in that one. I really love that fish. It was super rare. A very, very rare fish. Hopefully, people don't find out where it came from and go catch it and kill it or anything. Thank you, Zach. I mean, that fish was it's probably worth quite a bit of money to the right person, even. I mean, I know a lot of guys watch it. I'm just saying, like, you usually get like 200 or 300 views on something within 24 hours or whatever. And man, I think it's only got like 150 views. But of course, the same time I uploaded it, we had all this other chaos going on. You know what I mean? So maybe that's it. I don't know. Oh yeah, James, I'm sure it works. And like once you use a power handle, like I hate the looks of a power handle. I mean, I don't know why. All right. I don't know why, man, but I hate the looks of like the single power handle. But a lot of people don't realize that you can buy a paddle power handle, which means it's the same length as your power handle, but it has two paddles and they look gorgeous. So totally agree, Mexicat. Totally agree, brother. Oh yeah, Nick. Like I said, I would never take that fish. I'm glad that I know he's in there because we're going to be going back after him again sometime. I'd love to put him back on the bank. Maybe my son catches him or something. I'd love to. Um, and Mexicat, like the black rockets, they're around $200, man. That's the crazy thing. I know, Zach, and like I said, I'm just saying, some people, they might see a fish like that, and they probably don't know. So there's a lot of people that catch fish, believe it or not, and just throw it in their trunk, and then don't even cook it or clean it or do anything with it. So okay, Nick, if you watched my video where I did the review, that was the one thing that had me tricked up a little bit on it. I hadn't used one with the big old round handle like that in a long time, round knob. Oh, thank you, Michael. For some reason, the comments are popping up out of order here, guys. Let me go back. Um, well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Let me see what I missed here. Oh, Mexicat, you're right. But I don't know your first name, or I'd call you by your first name. But you're right. That is one thing that you do not need is a $200 reel to catch catfish or carp. You don't have to have it. That being said, I am going to tell you guys that once you get one, um, it kind of makes life a little easier. You've got just a little bit of a um, confidence factor with it. You kind of know it's going to be good for you, um, and it holds their value so well. That's the reason I like to use rockets. Is they hold their value. You can use them for a year and basically get your money back. I have not used the Cat Pro myself, but yeah, Zach, that's it was the fish of a lifetime for me, brother. I've never caught one like that, so never had. I'm going to move this light over here real fast, so bear with me for a second, and because I think we're done with the teardown, we'll take some questions on it, and if you guys want to know something, I can hold it up to the other camera. But let me move this light out of my way, and then we'll be good to go. Let's see here. Yes, try a cheap reel and then go from there. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. I mean, I do a lot of carp fishing myself. This year, we're going to do some more catfishing. I have never watched that channel, and I had never have, Mark. And thank you, James. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, Jason, Mexicat, Zach, everybody that's watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. If you guys could take the time to like the video, I'd appreciate that. If you guys are ever interested in like some flavors for fishing, hit me up on Facebook, and we'll get you taken care of on that. We're gonna do we're gonna make up some shirts tomorrow. I can't remember who all said they were interested, but we're gonna make some up tomorrow. We bought a few shirts today. I think we got some extra large. I think we got some 2XL, maybe some 3XL. I'm going to do the SC600. That's the black and gold lose reel, correct? Mexican, because they got two of them. One of them is silver, and it's like basically a cast king. But the black and gold, I believe that's the one you're talking about. Let me know. The black and gold, yeah, that's the same as the Chaos. Did you try one? That's the same reel, pretty much. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. Like I said, it was one of them deals where, oh man, I know it's a short video. It's not like less than a minute, but I mean, I was, it's a cool fish. James, what's your PB? Where'd you say you were from? Take it apart, Mexican. I believe it's the same as the Chaos XS50, if I'm not mistaken. 23 pounds. I think there's supposed to be some big ones over there, isn't there? Now in Australia, correct me if I'm wrong, but are they considered invasive over there where there's like a law that you have to kill them or something? I don't know. It seemed like there was something like that. Man. We thought we'd try to use our phone for the webcam today, and I'll tell you, I don't know. I think we may stick with the Canon M50 or or maybe we'll go back to the GoPro next time around. The GoPro was acting up for some reason as a webcam today. Well, James, a lot of people consider them a obnoxious species even here, but I know some countries they're considered, where you're not even allowed to throw one back in. And yeah, James, that's a nice fish, man. 23 pounds for sure. For sure, for sure. Well, it seems like with the phone, it's got like a little bit of a glitch, and the quality just doesn't seem nearly as good. Yeah, it's spelled differently. Um, I used a set. I think it was beginning of last year. It might have been the end of the year before. And for the money, I mean, they were cheap. I think they were like, I want to say 20 some dollars a piece. They weren't too bad. I've never tried a Cat Max, Larry. I see a lot of guys that really like those. I think Steve Douglas, he uses like nothing but Cat Max, doesn't he? So, oh man, let's not get on the bow hunting stuff, guys. No bow fishing. Come on. Oh yeah, Mark, it's super big over there. Um, and like carper. it's amazing that they're the way a lot of people look at them. It really is. It's a fun fish to catch. They get the trophy sizes. The average size is just awesome. Most countries, they're considered the number one sport fish, but not in the U.S. They're bad fish. The Big Calumet River. I've never heard of that, Zach. How far away is it? Yeah, I'm the same way, Nick. Or I mean, if you're going to make it legal, then make it legal for all species, right? You can catch a bass and keep it, so why can't you shoot one with a bow? I guess it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense because a lot of people go out there and um, they'll just shoot at whatever anyway, and it doesn't help the population really. It's not like it gets rid of them; it causes them to breed and have even more. The only difference is instead of having 20, 30 pounders, now they're all dinks. I plan on going to Lake Michigan a few times this year and maybe streaming or doing some videos there. Have you been up there by the DNR watershed? Yeah, that'd be a cool place to try, Zach. I mean, is it like past Purdue or what I mean? My daughter, she goes back Tuesday to Purdue, and next year, like I said, I may run up there and do some fishing. What's the Wabash? I think that's the Wabash that's like right there by Purdue. Awesome, Larry. Well, we appreciate you, man. I have not tried the pin. We did do a teardown on the Rocket and the Chaos. If you want to go back and watch it, yeah. Well, I mean, they can clear a place out pretty quick, depending on the size. Alan, you might be a little bit behind on the stream. Might refresh it. But like I said, Larry, we appreciate you stopping by, man. The Rockets, obviously, that's a solid choice. Can't go wrong with the old Rocket, that's for sure. That is for sure. What's some other cheap reels you guys would like to see? I'm all about buying some cheap ones and trying them out and then maybe giving them away to you guys. I wish I could afford to give away like a rocket or something, but we're not there yet, guys. We're not that we're not big time yet. So if we ever do get there, rest assured that we'll do stuff like that. Yeah, James. I mean, most places have quite a few rules on it. No, it's not fishing, JP. Not at all, man. Not at all. Anybody could shoot a fish from that's hanging out at the top of the water that has no idea it's about to get shot. But let's get off the bow fishing. Let's like I said, what other reels would you guys like to see? Some cheaper stuff, and maybe we'll do some teardowns and reviews on them, and then give them away to you guys. Think of any cheap ones off the top of your head? We may try to do a couple of the different lures. Yeah, James, they're. I mean, I would. This is my opinion, and I can't say it's a fact, but in my opinion, I would say they're probably in the same factory, and they just have the little different logo, and they're painted a different color. I'm not sure what reels those are, Mexican. 29.7, nice fish. Brian, I believe the Men Gang, there's two different ones. One of them has a magnet on it, but the other one, I believe, is just a cast king. The Catfish Pro, that's just a cast king reel itself. But we might try one. Yeah, James, I've looked at them. Believe it or not, um, I've used the Sauge land. I don't really know how you actually say it, but I've used um, several of their spinning reels back in the day. And I didn't have any problems. I had one reel that I was fighting a fish, and you know how the handle has where it kind of folds like this. It has a little pin in it. I was fighting the fish, and that pin fell out, and I was holding the handle, and I couldn't find the pin, so I had to reel it in by hand, and then find a pin and punch it in. Oh my God, the Piscifun over the Cast King and the Sumo all day, brother, all day. The Rover, I thought about doing one, Jareth, for sure. Like I said, something that's like that, we might be able to do maybe one a month or something when it warms up, and then give it away. With YouTube ad revenue, that would probably just about cover the cost of it. James, it was funny. I got a good laugh out of it. The Okuma round reels, I've seen. I think it's Chat's Cats. I think he uses those. That might be interesting. Look like the handle's got a lot of slop in it from watching him. The Yoshikawa bait feeder. I haven't heard of that one. I may do a video on, like I said, I got those two brand new uh, Beast 5000s. I might do a video, just a short little one on that, and give it away to somebody too. And I'd say we'll probably end up giving away the XS60 right here, but it'll be after we actually get a chance to go cast it and do a little bit of stuff with it. Yeah, I love my wild water, Alan. Sure do. Sure do. Alan, where are you from, brother? How's the weather over there, James, in Australia? Is it daytime over there right now? It's nighttime over here. Yeah, I mean, I have quite a few spinning rods. I don't know what reel that is, if it would be comparable or not. But James, I want to try the Achios. I really do want to try them. I reached out to them and I said, "Hey, would you guys be interested in sending me one just to do a video on, and then I can send it back? Or if you guys were interested, I could give it away to a subscriber and say that it was donated." And they basically told me to F off, man. They told me to buy a reel and leave them alone. I was like, wow. I was like, okay. I said I was going to buy three if I liked it, but Sylvia Lang, I just call it Sage, Sage Lang. I don't know. 102 degrees. My goodness, brother. Is it winter? I mean, what season is it over there? Is it winter like it is over here? I don't even know. Thank you, Jason. You have a good one. Take care, brother. But yeah, like I said, I would really love to get a hold of an Achios and do a video on it, guys. Um, like I said, I don't want to spend $200 on one and just have one. And I don't want to spend 600 for three of them and not like them. That's why I was hoping I could do like a where they send it, and I do a review. And if I liked it, I would have bought 3. I could have sent that one back, just like a demo reel or whatever, but they didn't want no part of that one. Wanted no part of it. That's the nice thing about Piscifun, I've noticed. They're good people. They want you guys to see their products. They're not scared to get into the hands of people that are going to show it. Um, and they don't say, hey, good review or anything like that. Anytime they send me something, I'm like, listen, if I don't like it, I'm going to let you know I don't like it. Um, just straight up facts. Now, so far, I haven't disliked any of them. The XS60, we're going to have to put some line on that bad boy and do some casting with it. I'm not sure on that 2-pin braking system, but a lot of the Abu Garcias had it. I actually bought some gunners. They're called Rocket Gunners, Gun R's or whatever. They're from Japan. And I was not a fan of that reel. They're really expensive. And it was an Abu Garcia. I bought 3 of them. And I put line on it and casted one. And I never did fish with it. I messaged the guy and said, hey, brother, anything we could do on these? I said, I am not a fan. Other than looks, it had a 2-pin brake on it, and it was heavy. God, it was heavy. Nick, you don't have to do that, brother. I appreciate you being here, though, man. I do appreciate the offer, too, but you don't have to do that. Is a flame a spinning reel? I mean, that could be, like, I don't really take spinning reels apart. So, I mean, we could take one apart and maybe not even get it back together. Zach, that'd be cool, brother. That'd be cool, but I imagine it costs a fortune to do that. I've really got my eye on the new, the black and orange CS rockets that are coming out. I want them so bad, man, but gee whiz, I don't have $600 to spend on them. If I could sell some of the black rockets I have laying around, I probably would buy them just to do a video on them. I need to get rid of some of the black ones first. I bought them when you couldn't get reels at the time, and I bought them, and I had so many people say, "Oh yeah, no, I want some reels." This is around when the first stimulus check was happening, and by the time they came in, then I got stuck with all of them. So when you said 102, then James, um, are you talking about Fahrenheit, or what? What are you talking about? Yes, Zach, for sure. Zach and Zach. The orange and black would definitely match, and I'd love to have some of them. But like I said, we got to get rid of some of these black rockets. I mean, you can't really see them over here, but I got like a whole thing of black rockets. I got 5 of them still. I did like a raffle type deal on them on one, and got the winner actually decided to trade it back in on the 3 C4s I had. So because I had 3 C4s that were like new, and he ended up paying some extra money and taking those over the rocket. So now I got 5 of them still. Zach, I always want more too, man. But 2021, kind of like 2020, I'm trying to get some debt paid down and feel a little bit more secure financially. Did you guys get your fishness checks yet? Your stimulus, your fishness checks? Anybody get those? I have not got one, so I don't know what's going on. Make way less than the requirements for it, and have not gotten one. My friend, same way with him, he didn't get one so far. I don't know if we'll have to end up claiming it on our taxes, like I've seen it say, or what. 2020 was rough in a lot of ways, and it was also in some ways it wasn't bad though, Zach. Yeah, could you imagine if that was Celsius, JP? That's why I was curious. But 2020 did, there was a lot more people fishing this year. That was good for people to get out, I guess. But for the most part, it's 2021 is not looking any better so far, guys. It looks like it's going to be pretty rough. Whoa, Alan, you got a Fox body? What you got, brother? Yeah, Zach, I don't use TurboTax. I do the taxes myself. So I seen that. I saw it, but I have no idea what's going on with mine. I had the first one. It was direct deposited, so 800,000 on new equipment. Well, a lot of these companies got huge amounts of money, kind of like and they needed it for bailouts, kind of, for the economy and stuff. But some of them got a lot of money that didn't need it either. 90 LX50. Alan, I could blow your mind on how many Fox bodies I've had. I was just saying today that I would like to have a nice Fox body. Muddy River catfish rod. Michael, I'd love to try one of those out. You getting a spinning or casting? Does he have both styles? I emailed him and he never emailed me back. But yeah, I'm hoping to get one. Man, are you serious, JP? 200? That would be 212 degrees. Oh my god. Are you getting casting or are you getting the spinning? Have you switched over to any casters yet? Yo, what's going on, John? We just took apart the Chaos XS60 and the Rocket, dude. And we found some interesting things on that Chaos XS60. The quality of the stream probably not that good, so I'm going to take and do an actual video in 4K on it, so it's nice and clear and everybody can see it. We found out that reel is a lot different than the XS50. You're right, Zach. I bet that would look good with the Chaos on it. I bet it would. If you guys are just joining us, hit that like button. We greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you. There you go, Jason. Jason, where are you from, brother? North Carolina, I think, possibly, or? Well, I don't mean it as in like a bell out, Nick. I didn't mean it that way. Just like, a lot of companies needed money to stay alive too. You know what I'm saying? So that's a thing for sure. And then, you know how it is. No, Alan, the Chaos is super smooth, super quiet. Michael, you'll get it figured out quick, man. They're easy to use. Like the casting reels they're no thing, like a chicken wing on a string, man. I started like 3 or 4 years ago, and I always talk trash about them. I'm like, I never own a caster, man. Those things are junk, dude. And Dylan, the guy, my buddy that fishes with me, he let me borrow a set of his. He's like, oh, you'll like them. I tried them, and before I gave them back, I had them for like a week. I already had 4 of them coming. The first day I used them, in 10 minutes, I had it figured out. Yo, what's up from Texas, Matthew? How you doing, brother? Is it a little loud? Maybe it needs clean, Alan. Gotcha. Kansas City. You guys got some snow going on over there or what? I believe it snows. I think it snows a lot in Kansas, don't it? Or wait, isn't there 2 Kansas cities? There's a Kansas City, Missouri. Are you in Missouri? Maybe I'm stupid. I told you guys when I took the reel apart, I said I have a PhD in stupidity. So, well, that's good, JP. It could be Alan, but usually if something's loud, it probably needs just lubricated. Yeah, Zach, sounds good, brother. I bowl up there at Newcastle every Thursday night. like I said, you won some flavors, right? I believe that was you. You're in Newcastle, right? Um, and didn't it take like almost 2 weeks for them to get there? And it's like a 15-minute drive from my house. I know Nick, he's watching. It took, how long did it take to get that, the reel that you won, Nick? It took over a week, I'm pretty sure. Might have took almost 2 weeks on that one. And it was priority mail. That's the bad thing. When you pay, if you're paying for priority mail shipping and they can't do it in 2 to 3 days like it states on the internet, I mean, I'm okay with that. But don't take the money for the priority mail, you know? You should get a discount or refund, or it should be the same price as like first class or something. So I can't remember when I shipped it though, Nick. It seemed like I shipped it the week before though. Didn't I ship it last week? I remember it set up at Indianapolis for several days. But yeah, I thought I shipped that thing like heck, it might have been in December still. So it took a while. I think everything I have shipped has finally arrived to everybody though. I know the guy that won the catfish sumo, he had gotten it. I believe everybody that won flavors got their flavors. All the flavors I sold, I believe they got theirs too. Alan, I do not. I was saying I raffled off a rocket, and the guy that won it ended up trading it in on the C4s I had. Surface fish for carp? Yeah, you talking about with like a flyer, or you talking about with bread? I love to throw some bread at them sometimes. Sure do. Thinking about for a video next week, we might do the cooter baby. We might do a video on those, or we might do a bait video. I'm not sure. I still have a couple items that I'm going to give away. Just kind of waiting for the right time on it. Oh yeah, Zach. Millet's the beast, man. Yeah, bread. Oh yeah, I've used bread and surface fish before. You can catch a lot of grass carp like that. You can catch common carp like that. About every fish will eat bread, to be honest with you. Yeah, think about it, man. December 29th. That's a long time when you pay for priority, man. I mean, I don't know what first class would have costed, but you'd think it'd be $2 or $3 cheaper anyway. You just can't find millet. Well, you can buy it from me, man. I make it. It's uh, well, I think it's $20 for a what's it weigh? I think it weighs 8 pounds, so it's a big batch, man. Yeah, but you know what? The shears when you sent them to me, I got them like what in a couple days. So I don't know. I think these. I believe they came postal service. So you just never know. James, yes, brother. You need to catch your fish. Hey, all right, Nick. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. If anybody's interested in becoming a member, man, that goes a long way too. It's only $1.99, and that really goes a long way as well. I think we make. I think last month, I want to say from members, got like $30 total. We got like 16 members now, I think. So yes, sir. Boom, baby, boom. And that's another thing. I mean, I really want to do a video showing you guys what YouTube pays for a small YouTuber. You guys are going to be disappointed, but it's not as much as you think. Um, but I think that would be really interesting content, and but I just don't know if it'd get any traction if anybody would watch it. That's the thing. Um, I thought about doing a video on how to take your stimulus check and turn it into a YouTube channel, because you guys could get like a GoPro and start a channel. Now, if you're doing it for money, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't recommend that. But if you're doing it to have fun, make sure you have a passion for it where you can do it regularly, and then you never know. It could take off. You just don't know. Oh, really? That's all right, Zach. We appreciate you being a member, brother. Yeah, they do take. I think it's 40 or 50%. That's the sad thing. I don't know if I can show it on screen or not. Let me see if I can. If I can show it, I will. I don't even care. We'll see what we made. Let's see here. If you guys are interested, I'll show you what the memberships paid. Just don't laugh at me, all right? All right. I don't think you can put a pickup. But do you guys want to see how much I made last month from members? I mean, I'll show you guys. I don't care. It's not that big of a deal to me. Yeah, it's not going to post that link, James. Hey, Zach, I appreciate that. Amazon gives you very little, but hey, man, it all adds up. If we make $10 that month, I'll put towards giveaways and stuff like that. That's what we're trying to do. If we ever get to where we could actually like live off of it, I mean, that would be awesome, guys. But I'm the guy that I'm gonna give back. If I was making $1 million a year from YouTube, better believe I'd be giving a lot of expensive stuff away. Heck, if I made $100,000, it'd blow my mind. For the year of 2020, like I said, if you guys want to see it, and if you add up the giveaways, we spent way more on giveaways than we took in from YouTube. I appreciate you, Zach. Appreciate you, Nick. That $5, man, I appreciate it. I'm going to show you guys how much we pulled in from members last month. Let's see here. Try to, anyway. I use a GoPro. I have a link in the video description, James. If you use that link, we get like a 1% kickback from Amazon or something. Can you still hear me, Alan? But right here, guys, last month we made $31.50 from memberships. So that was that's from November. I'm sorry. We made $35.70 from December. So let me get back over here. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but we made $35.70 in December. But yeah, Alan, we use a GoPro Hero 8. Like to get the new Hero 9 sometime. You can build a Fox body pretty cheap. That's after Michael, but I have to pay taxes on it too, But yeah, that's after they took their cut, I believe. No, don't. Fox bodies are cheap to build. But the membership thing, it's nice to know, if you got like 20 people. I've got 16 right now, but 16 is the most we've ever had. But, um, then you kind of know that you're at least going to get $30 or whatever towards stuff. $20, yeah. Yeah, it just depends, man. Now, that's not the ad revenue. Um, the ad revenue is not much either. So this month will be probably one of the best months I've had in a long time because, like Nick, he's donated a few times. Um, so that helped out too. That doesn't show the donation part. So I think Nick, he's probably donated 15, $20 maybe. I don't know. Maybe it could be more than that. I don't know. So, like I said, all that stuff helps. But I would like to share with people that are interested in learning. A lot of people think if you get to the 1,000 subscriber mark and the 4,000 hours of watch time, that people are making big money. And if you're getting a lot of views on your stuff, you could. But you have to get a lot of views. I don't know what he's doing. So, Raymond, well, we appreciate you being here, brother. Appreciate you watching. Um, yeah. You guys want to see a video of my Mustang in action? I can pull a video up real fast. Let's do it, guys. Come on, guys. You guys need to see the Mustang. Let's see here. This video is funny because my wife, she was trying to hold the camera, and once I got on it and then hit it, it was hilarious. It threw her phone back where um, it knocked the phone out of her hands. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find it. I've got one of it on the dyno as well. Let's see here. This video is only 11 seconds, so this is on a channel that like I said, Nick, I appreciate you, brother. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear the sound. Hopefully, you can hear the sound on this. I'll show you the dyno one too, Nick. You guys should be able to hear the sound. Yeah, it made 702. Let me full size it for you guys. I believe that is full size, so should be good. But you can see the boost gauge going up. I think it hits about 18 pounds. And when we shifted gears, but here's the dyno, guys. So this is a dyno. It doesn't show the numbers, but you can hear it. It made 702, Zach, is what it made. Yeah. So, and this is before I had it. I've got different wheels and stuff on it now. This was right after I put it together. I had chrome Shelby razors on there. I actually have them sitting down here in the basement, but it's got some Weld Pro Stars on it now. Yeah, it's a 3-valve, but it's an 06. It's got a Texan block It's forged to and stroked out to a 302. Forged rods, forged pistons. It's cammed. It's got an F1A Pro charger on it, meth injection, Ford Racing intake. It's got a lot done to it, Raymond. Tons of goodies, tons of goodies. Spent a fortune on it. Now, don't laugh at this next video, okay? In this next video, I was racing this guy would not leave me alone with his Honda. And he's like, oh my God, I'll smoke it. And he just kept going and going and going. So in this race, keep in mind that I told him that I would go after he gets on it. And so anyway, that's what happened. But the intake pipe actually blew off my car once I hit a little over 100. And so I just beat him from just coasting at that point. But I apologize if I sounded like a douchebag in the video. I was young back then, or younger. Raymond, it's so much fun that I drove it once the year before. I didn't even play it. Didn't even play it in 2020. But you guys can probably hear it where my intake pipe had blew off. My car wasn't even running. I was just coasting at that point. But yeah, it's a blast. We may get it out and do some driving with it this year. Hate to see it just sitting there. Sorry, Raymond, if there was no sound. I apologize for that, but no, it was a Honda CRV. No sound. Sorry, guys. If you heard the sound, then it would have been a lot better. Did you have any sound on it for the previous clips or no? So you guys didn't even hear it on the dyno or anything, huh? Boy, that sucks. Yeah, if you read the comments on those videos, like that's everybody comments on it. It's got the big red blow off valve from Pro Charger. Yeah, tell me about it, Alan. And all he did is he called out all these Mustang guys. And he was telling everybody, yeah, he was telling like a lot of them, oh, I'll beat you on low boost, all this stuff. And he's like, I'll take you down, Josh. I'll turn mine up on you and all this. And I'm like, whatever, dude. So I do not condone street racing. Don't condone it. I was stupid and I was a kid back then. So there you go, Nick. I'll tell you the reasons I like a Fox body, man. You put you a friggin' Flowmaster exhaust on that bad boy, it sounds like an animal. My car now, it's so loud. I've had so many people yell at me where I live at. They're like, "Oh, you need to slow down. There's kids," and I'm literally going 5 mph. It sounds like I'm flying, the blower and the exhaust, and I got tired of people, man, when I was driving, really. And every time I go somewhere, a Honda or whatever, I mean, always pulling up beside me, revving their stuff up. It's like, whatever. Alan, I've had some Pro Charge Fox bodies, so you can make them pretty fast. I've never had one that would run, like my car runs 10s, so I've never had one that fast. Even with a Pro Charge on a Fox body, I was nowhere near that. Might have been 12s or high 12s or something, maybe. An off-road rig, that'd be fun. That'd be a blast. No, the thing about a Fox body, Alan, and that's my favorite Mustang ever made, personally. That I'd like to get a GT500, but can't afford it. But babe, are you a moderator? I don't even know if you're a moderator. Let me look. She was trying to post something, so yeah, she's a moderator. But 1190, that's quick, Alan. I mean, it really is. It's amazing with the technology today how fast cars can go, versus back in the late 80s, early mid 90s, and even early 2000s. How I mean, I guess emissions or whatever, man. Everything was a turd back then. But yeah, Fox bodies, they're sweet, and they're honestly they're kind of built like a Ford Escort. I mean, that sounds stupid, but like an 87 to 93 GT, kind of like a Ford Escort with a V8 in it. And it was just, kind of raw. You had the power, and, from the factory, they weren't fast, but at that time frame, they felt really fast. Really, you're going that fast with 10 pounds with a Vortex? Wow. Yeah, I didn't get nowhere near that with I had a D1 on a Mustang. And I don't think I got close to that. It made 10 pounds. Well, the 80s cars, they're heavy, but I mean, they just made no power due to emissions. Wow, that's a lot more than I figured. Awesome, Alan. You got an LS too, or an LX too, you said, right? You don't have a GT? The LX does weigh a little bit less as well. I had a 1981 Corvette, had low miles. I think I was like 16 or 17 when I had that. Babe, how old was I? You probably remember. I mean, you were dating at that time, but go through the local little festivals, and my buddy's like, "Turn them over, Vic. Turn them over." I'm like, "It won't do it," and it really wouldn't do it. That was the sad part. Unless you power braked it, it would not turn the tires over. LX is a little bit lighter. Mine was a convertible too, which a lot of people don't know this, but the convertibles are heavier than the hardtops. They have structural reinforcement in their doors and on the frame that actually make them heavier than a hardtop. I don't think I've ever had a Vortex blower. Um, my wife, we bought her a nice little, I think it was a '01 or I can't remember. It might have been a '03, but it was a nice little, oh man, I can't even remember what they call that body style now for some reason. Oh, New Edge. New Edge. Yeah, if that, Jesse or Zach, yeah. But yeah, she had a nice little New Edge a few years ago, and it had a saline twin screw on it, automatic, and it wasn't fast, but it probably a 13-second car, I imagine. It was nice. I liked it. It was a really clean car. Had just over 100,000 miles. It was a nice one. I had a weird deal with it. The kid bought it, and he signed the title and everything, and months later, then he contacts me and tells me that he can't get the title to do all this. And what happened is he tried to sell it to somebody else without sending the title in itself after he'd already signed the title. And he tried to get me to write an affidavit and then sign it over to the other guy. And I'm like, nah, go ahead and send it in yourself, bud. But I don't think I've ever had a Vortex blower. Not that I can remember. But guys, I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with me. We may do another stream next week sometime. I'll see if I can't come up with a good idea on it. We'll do a teardown video in 4K on those reels. That way it's better quality and you can see it. I think we're going to hop off and watch some Cobra Kai. Before I go, have you guys watched any Cobra Kai yet? Are you guys into that TV show? I think we're on the 5th episode, or might be the 6th episode. Uh, so far, I'm loving it. Takes me back to the 80s. So loving it so far. Let me know in the chat if you guys are a fan of that show or not. Awesome, JP. Yeah, Zach, for sure, brother. Oh, you haven't gave the Cobra Kai on Netflix a shot? Give it a shot, man. You're gonna like it. If you like, like the '80s Karate Kid, check it out. Raymond, I would say it is. Zach, you'll be binge watching all of it soon. So, but yeah, we'll come at you guys next week with something. We'll figure it out. Peace out, guys. Take care. God bless.